This is something which excites me. And I could claim to be the only civilian to have done aerobatics, going up to 5.86 G in a Sukhoi in just 1 hour briefing, and just an hour briefing, getting into a G suit, wearing an oxygen mask, climbing in, and Wing Commander Karulkar of 106 Squadron of Sukhois based at Tejpur. Initially, it took me a while to acclimatize, but some people may have flown a Sukhoi as a regular takeoff and you land. But when I taxied out, and then the wing commander, who is an instructor, he could find a familiarity in my response to his calls, because usually I fly a plane, so I could call back immediately whatever. On his behalf, I could connect to the ATC and give a response simultaneously. So we found a level of comfort in the cockpit. So we took off. He gave me a first 2G turn and wanted to find my comfort. I said, go ahead. And these A320s, if I bank 30 degree, there would be an alarm. And I turned it 90 and was flying like this, and it was normal. So I rolled it again and I flicked it and the aircraft came straight. I said, I can't believe this aircraft does like this. So he said, are you comfortable, sir? I said, I'm very comfortable. So can I go for a smaller, higher maneuver? I said, do it. So I have flown for the first time in a G suit. G suit is which prevents your blood from flowing down if you're taking a curve, because 6 times the body weight. So then he said, sir, now he came over there, we displayed over the runway, and he said, let's go to the south sector. We'll have an open space there, and I've requested that. He said, let's go. Then we went, opened the relit, which no one can imagine what it happens when you open 2 engines on a Sukhoi. It goes like a bullet. It goes like a space shuttle. And then he asked me, sir, are we ready for the roll? So I used to, and he gave because it's a fly-by-wire. So I had the familiarity of controls. He had the power with me. And I used to flick the aircraft, and the aircraft used to go like this. So twice or thrice I did, and he said, are you comfortable? I said, I'm very comfortable. Sir, then he gave me, sir, we are going for a barrel roll and a yaw roll. So a barrel roll means this, and then dropping yourself down. So it happened. I was comfortable. Then he said, let's go for a 6G loop. And that is one thing which, so full power, and I started pulling the stick. And the aircraft went up like this, 90, 180, you had reverse. And I could hear I see the skies and the sun in my eyes. And he said, sir, go ahead, you're doing perfect. And I could hear that wind jacket being broken. I could hear the gurgle at the last stage when it's a relit, and you see the flames coming out behind the fighter airplanes? So that's a relit, when you put the entire power of that aircraft in that engine. And then you're coming back 6G and rolling down straight in again, and again one more. So in my lifetime, I never thought I could do it. I did it, and I can think I could be the only civilian in India actually have indulged, because I was my familiarization, and I knew all the postures. When you're going for a 6G, you squeeze yourself in the cockpit so that your heart and your stomach comes closer, and because any G suit is only capable of handling till 2G. So all rest of the G which is your body. And actually I flew for 38 minutes 49 seconds. So kept on doing all that, and then doing whatever is possible in that aircraft, and could do anything, and the aircraft would come back, and you could do this, turn it left, right, drop it. It used to just come back, and this is the power of this. And this is not aerodynamics. The dynamics is beyond that, it's all power. So in 48 minutes, actually in 40 minutes sortie, you lose 2 kg of weight. Actually. And when I got down, and there were so many people watching, and so I think this is the rarest of its kind. And I look forward, I do not know when. And I miss my flying now. I do not know, as a member of parliament, I flew. And it was a leveler for me. Wearing a uniform, getting into the cockpit, having a 28-year-old boy left to you as a commander, and saying sir to him and responding and calling the ATC control tower as sir. It's a leveler. Flying is a leveler. And so walking out, meeting the passengers. I do not know, has anyone flown with me in a Indigo?
Yes, sir.
Huh? You have flown? So you're sure I can fly? You have flown? Trivandrum. Oh, look, I have a passengers who can prove that. Most of my colleagues still feel that I used to wear a uniform and hang around in the aircraft. Because they, they cannot connect yet, I can do that. So that is my biggest problem yet. They still feel I wear a uniform and hang around. Yeah. So this is a big problem. And occasions many people will walk, you look like that BJP politician. They will not still connect that I am still there. And one of these days when I was flying, there was a young girl who was on the first. So she was explaining me things, and Captain, not like this. She was scolding me in my initial days. And she was a very good trainer. So someone walked up, and minister under training, former minister under training, though she kept quiet. When I went to the washroom, I came back, she kept quiet. I said, something has happened. She came to know who I was. And one day when I was flying, so a captain says, "Would you hang my coat?" I said, "Yes, sir." I hung his coat. He says, "You look my age. What have you been doing all this in your life?" So I said, "Yes, no. You have been, look my age. And why so late in flying? You're just a first officer. What have you been doing in your life?" Then the commander possibly kept quiet. Later he said, okay. So there are many more experiences. I was wearing a coat and standing outside. A Jet Airways captain came and patted. "You look like that BJP politician. How are you? You're smoking."